We're live. Oh, we didn't even get our countdown. Yeah. I guess there's high traffic on the streams right now. They were not letting us through. I don't know. It's like I don't know. It was a traffic jam. I'm picturing like Wreck-It Ralph or something. Traffic jam.
Podcast traffic jam. Yeah, everyone knows Patio Lanterns is on going live, and they're trying to compete with us. Same old, same old.
I was just looking at the stats. I always forget to talk about stats. I find it very interesting. The USA absolutely dominant against all other countries, but Canada specifically, like in terms of listenership on the Patio Lanterns. Like we talked about how the tides were kind of changing. Actually, Hong Kong is climbing there too, but USA is a strong majority of downloads for our episodes. So I don't know where all our Canadian Lantern Nights went. But the Americans are coming in strong. It's probably just because of that one episode with that Coffee Anderson song.
Yeah, that's still going strong, hey?
I think
is that our most listened episode of late?
It's not. Like more of our recent ones are still. Oh wait, here we go. I was looking at the wrong thing. Yes, it is. It still is. Mr. Red, White, and Blue. It's like consistently the top episode. Like I just picture like really patriotic or Republicans like just Googling like these keywords like American flag or red, white, blue, and then they find our episode and it just gets all these downloads. But yeah, it's consistently. So the other one that was there, and I just like went back further, and it's like that. Actually, it might not even be that one, but there's another random one here. But yeah, it's like every time frame I choose, nearly, it's like that Mr. Red, White, and Blue comes out on top, including I can only really go back the last 2 years right now without really diving in, and it is on top. And then next,
but that episode was from like 5 years ago.
Yeah, 2020, November 5th, 2020. And you know what? Yeah, this is the last 2 years top episodes. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, November 5th, 2020. Watch Me DeWhip, Watch Me Nay Nay, October 17th, 2019. And then what's that song that goes like dun 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 June 6th, 2019. And then there's like a couple 2015 or 2025 episodes, and then I don't know. So like I don't know those like I don't know what's so special about those episodes or those years. But
we broke the algorithm.
But yeah, USA is on top, and at the bottom is Trinidad and Tobago or Tobago. How do you pronounce
Tobago?
Tobago.
Yeah, they got to pick it up over there.
Yeah, they're dead last here in listed countries here. That's awesome. Well, how you been?
Oh gosh, yeah, been getting a little cabin fever. Shut myself indoors here with all the smoke. This last weekend, last couple weekends, I think I've just been kind of sheltered up. Not too keen to get out into the mountains when the smoke is like this. It's hard to describe, but it's funny when I walk outside in Nelson. I don't really smell it too much. It's just like this visual reminder that you look 100 meters and it's kind of like this, this fog of war, this haze that's just always hanging around in our lives.
It feels like a war zone, kind of. I don't know. I do think like some bombs went off. Everyone's kind of in a haze too. I mean, in my neck of the woods here, there's been so many evacuations and stuff, so people are scrambling a bit. But
yeah, so my problems of being stuck indoors are nothing compared to what's happening in your neck of the woods. Talk to me. What's happening in Summerland? Boots on the ground.
I should have gone as far as I could, driven out there until I got stopped and got some footage and some live podcasting. I mean, like I was away a little bit, and we'll talk about that maybe a bit later. But like this fire, like there have been fires obviously all summer all over Canada and BC and Washington and stuff. And anyways, this new one started right by Summerland, which is like an adjacent town to where I live. And it's a big one. And immediately, like overnight, Like it just blew up in size, and all of a sudden they had to evacuate the whole town. I don't know, is it 12,000 or 20,000 people that were evacuated? So they all come basically into my town of Penticton, and then actually the highway north, the one direction is closed currently still all the way to Kelowna, or not all the way to Kelowna, but you can't drive from Summerland to Kelowna. It's currently closed, and yeah, I cannot see the fire. If I was maybe more on the northern end of Penticton or on the Naramata Bench, maybe I could see it. But I'm on the south end of town. It's just all smoky. But yeah, everyone's kind of the Walmart parking lot full. I can tell you that.
Okay.
Full of trailers and stuff. And then, yeah, I mean, they asked people not to travel here, obviously, unless it's essential, because they're trying to free up space for all the people that have evacuated. But yeah, I'm okay. I'm like you. I'm like, okay. I mean, it could get to Penticton, I suppose, but I'm okay for now. But yeah, tons of people in Summerland were evacuated, unfortunately. And it sounds like, I mean, the damage report isn't done, but there has been some reports of some businesses or farms or houses that have been lost, but I don't think we know too much there.
Yeah, the speed of this fire is what's really shocked me. I think it was 5:30 at night that it started, and then seemingly 12 hours later, I wake up and yeah, the whole town's been evacuated.
It's a long sleep.
Like much, yeah,
12 hours later.
I was out. But no, like the whole town was just evacuated so quickly. I heard something like it traveled 30 to 50 kilometers within 2 hours. Like just insane. I mean, no one had any chance. 55 people had to get heli-vac'd out of there, not because they were trying to ignore evacuation orders or to protect their property, but that their escape routes like totally trapped them in, which is insane. I believe one person died.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and then like you said, all these animals being left out. Yeah, like they just open the gates and say, good luck to you.
Yeah, get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah, and I saw today there was a new fire that popped up in southeast Kelowna. So they were bombing that. So hopefully it doesn't get out of control. It's kind of close to my
that was
parents.
the one by Idabel Lake.
Sure, I don't know what that is or who that is, but yeah, I trust you. You know that.
Yeah. Holy smokes.
Yeah, so we were like us specifically, we're having like a really good summer up until I don't know 3 weeks ago now, and so I don't know mid-July, and now it'll be like this for a while. I imagine it's through September even, but we just hope that that fire stays back. Firefighters are out there killing it, crushing it.
Yeah, we got the best firefighters in the world out there. They're on the job.
I think we got some like Mexicans and maybe Australians and whatnot too.
The best around the world. Yeah, coming together.
Yeah.
And Kurt, as a former cattle hand, how would you go about wrangling up all these lost critters after this wildfire?
Yeah, good question. Well, it sounds kind of like a case for man tracker, except I don't know, is there like a beast version of man tracker? Just tracker man?
Yeah, there's got to be.
You're not tracking the man anymore. You're just going back to the original tracking. But I don't know. What do you do if you did have to let them loose? You can take them. Then I don't know. How do you know which one's yours? I guess they're tagged. But
yeah, you'd hope so. I guess the only way is you get wrangle a couple horses up and start lassoing any critters you see out walking about.
Those Apple AirTags start.
Yeah,
this is for those that for next time. Hide those on your cattle.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Some AirTags.
Yeah. If there's like a collar or something you could attach it to, that could because they probably would stay together. I think the problem with the AirTags is that they only work if there's a cell phone nearby.
No, a cell phone? Anyone's cell phone? Oh, really?
I think so. Something like that. Don't quote me, but it's like they had to be in a certain proximity to, another Apple product.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, it's that Apple ecosystem. It works so
Mhm.
many ways. Okay, interesting. Yeah, so like, yeah, pretty horrible out there.
Yeah, this is what happens. I mean, gotta do my environmental plug here. Is trying to think about the origins of this, and yeah, just we've just had droughts for like 4 years now, and the snowpack this year was just at, I think, essentially an all-time low for the Okanagan region, and it shows. I mean, starts up in the mountains, and then everything just gets dried out, dusty in Summerland, and it's really sad. I don't think this one has to do as much with forest management, but I'm gonna have to try and understand more about how this happened so quickly. Like it's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, and so I was driving back from uh the Lower Mainland on Saturday, and
Mm-hmm.
so I had to go through Manning Park, which is like southwest of here, and yeah, there's another fire that's been going on for a while there, and there was one section where there were some big flames visible that they
Yeah.
were bombing, but pretty nasty through there as well.
Yeah. So what's your route to get out of Penticton? You can't go north right now. Like if you had to leave Penn City, would you come over to Randy's house, or would you try and take that back road to Kelowna? Isn't there some
Uh,
that Forest Service
if I had
road
to
that connects?
evacuate,
Yeah, yeah. If you
yeah,
had
I
to go to
mean, I've
George's.
done the Forest Service Road once in the winter when I think it was way back when the highway was completely closed due to one of those infamous rock slides. Though they're still fixing that highway up, but I I don't know. I guess it. Yeah, I don't know. I'd try and go to Kelowna, or you could go. I would just go down to a Soyuz over to Rock Creek and then come up the long way, like you would go to Kelowna from Nelson, kind of. So
Yeah,
I'd probably go to Kelowna. I don't. I mean, maybe I would. Yeah, go over to your house or whatever. I
yeah. You get
guess.
to Rock Creek, and then you
Um,
have that decision ahead of you. Do you go to
yeah,
Nelson or
yeah. So there's
Kelowna?
still. I'm not like boxed in, but I mean, there's a new fire that popped up in Kelowna area, and yeah, maybe the walls will start closing in on me and us here in this little two lake town. But for now,
Mm.
I'm okay. I just
I
got back.
put together a little go bin just in case something happens. I live pretty close to the forest, and it's a little wetter here in the Kootenays, and we've been lucky to not have any fires yet. But yeah, I put together a little go bin just to be able to get somewhere for a few hours with water, food for Luna,
Jujubes. What do you got?
jujubes.
Yeah, just food probably.
Yeah, lots of food, some snacks,
Yeah.
passports,
Right.
important documents, some photos, that kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I don't. I'm just gonna wing it. I'll just grab my passport and laptop and
Plants.
some gum. Don't need water for the drive. Don't want it to stop. So I'll chew some gum. Plants, they're done. So sorry. Um, yeah, that's
Yeah,
about
you
it.
can't let them loose like the alpacas, can you?
No, no, I cannot. Yeah, forget about
Mm.
them. They're dying. Yeah, you want to touch on since if we got there already, we'll just touch on Victoria a little bit.
Let's hear about Victoria, my favorite
Yeah,
prop city in
your
the province. Let's
yeah,
hear it.
your
Let's
favorite, the
how's
capital.
Vic? Yeah,
Some people don't know this is the capital of British
to all
Columbia.
those Yankees out there. Yeah.
Not Vancouver, like
Mm-mm.
the big media would have you believe. But yeah, I've been thinking about visiting Victoria just because it's been a while. It's been like 3 years since I've been there, and I got a bunch of family there. So I went down there for one of my working holidays, and I went down there last Tuesday. Last Tuesday, I
Tuesday.
trip down there, and it was nice. It was nice. It was a bit hectic. I went and stayed with my grandparents. It would have been nice to stay like downtown area, but so expensive, especially around that long weekend. So I stayed with my grandparents who are more in central Saanich, which is definitely not downtown. And just like worked a bit and visited a bit, and beautiful weather, mostly clear air, gorgeous,
Hmm.
gorgeous. I was meaning like I was wondering how long to kind of go down there, because you could easily go and explore the island some more and make a life out of it. Like yourself, you had your little island adventures all the time, but I didn't want to stay too long, so I was meaning to come back on Friday. So only a few days, and of course, there's a ferry that you have to take from Tawasin, and I got stranded. I got stranded in Victoria. My car broke down in Victoria. I was
The Mazda.
yeah, I
Oh
was
my
in
God, the
West
first
Vic.
time.
West
Huh.
Vic rush hour. No, not the first time. West Vic rush hour, and yeah, it just stopped going. You know how cars kind of go? They just move along the road. You hit the gas
Mm,
pedal, and they kind of go. It just stopped doing what it's supposed to do. Like it
yeah.
felt like I was driving along. They have a lot of 40-kilometer speed limits in Victoria,
It is
even
a strange
30, but
number. Yeah.
40. Yeah,
You
there's a
don't
lot
see it
of maybe
often.
curvy up and down roads, narrow roads.
Yep.
So a lot of those 40-kilometer speed limits, and maybe I was in a 40 km zone, and I mean, that's standard. Not that it really matters, but like, anyways, I'm like driving along and I'm shifting gears and I'm giving it some gas and something doesn't feel right. And you know what? I was thinking about this. Kind of like my sister and her partner were like visiting a couple weeks ago, or over the long weekend, I guess, and it came up about the Mazda and how it's doing and stuff and being reliable and blah blah. And I was thinking about, like, it's kind of due for like a breakdown.
Oh
It's been a
God.
while. And anyways, I ripped down to Victoria, and then yeah, I'm in like rush hour traffic in West Vic, and I'm trying to give it some gas, and something's a little off. Like, it just doesn't have that zoom that Mazda advertises all the time. I'm wondering, where's my zoom, and like anyone, I just ignore it and keep going. And a little while later, it just stops. It just stops, and it won't go anymore, and it just turns off. And I try and flick it back on. Doesn't have the push start. It's got the key in the ignition, and I'm not getting any gas. I'm not getting it on, and I'm hooped. So that's always a shitty situation.
Yeah. So I just want to try and picture, let's hone in on what Kurt does next. Are
Yeah.
you going to go and open up the hood and try and figure this thing out, or do you just call BCAA?
No, I don't have BCAA. I don't call them. I have my instinct, my mechanical instinct. I have a bit of a mechanical background.
Yeah.
No, it's not under the hood. This isn't going to solve it. It's not. I'm not out of windshield wiper fluid. I don't need an oil change. I don't need to look under there. Something else is going wrong. So it's hot. It's a hot summer day, and I've been in this situation once before when my clutch died years ago, and just outside of Penticton. And I just stayed calm. And yeah, I'm holding up traffic. Everyone's kind of pissed off behind me. I can't really.
Oh yeah, those are Victoria rush hour is
Um,
brutal too.
I can't get it off the road, not by myself. And so I kind of just try and turn to the side of the road as much as I can, and start making some calls. And yeah, so it's like 4 o'clock, just almost 4 o'clock, and it's Thursday. And so first things
Yeah,
first,
that's prime rush hour.
I want to get it off the road. So I'm like calling a couple tow truck companies, and then I don't actually know where to take it. I'm not actually from there. So I don't really have a mechanic, and I don't know what's around. So I'm kind of looking around, and anyways, I don't know what to do, but the tow truck driver was quite fast. Actually, he was awesome, really nice guy. He ripped over there and loaded me up, and then right around the corner, pretty much was like a shop that was still open, and they were ready. They were available, basically. Like, they could take a quick look at it, and they said they could probably work on it the following day, the Friday, and then because I was worried, because then the weekend, a lot of these shops are closed, and I was meant to go back on Friday. I don't want to stay there over a weekend, especially not without a car and stuff. And they had a quick look at it that same day, just to kind of see what was going on, because I was like, yeah, what's going on? You know, I didn't bother opening the hood because I figured it's not under there.
Dude,
and they're like, yeah, you're
I just have
right.
to interject. Big missed opportunity to do like a Megan Fox-esque kind of scene.
And just pose like,
yeah. Just go with tarps off and wait for some nice Victorian woman to come and save me.
Yeah, just holding up, just not doing anything, not moving the situation forward at all. But yeah, just oiling up and yeah. Next time, lesson learned. But yeah, these guys had a quick look at it, and the fuel pump, whatever that is, it died. So that explains why the car wasn't getting any fuel. The fuel pump stopped working, and this car is pretty old now, so I guess it makes sense. It's about time. It's never had that fuel pump changed out. So they said they were going to kind of get it done tomorrow, which was awesome. I had the ferry booked for the morning. That wasn't going to happen, so I had some shit to figure out, but I was pumped that they were going to get it done tomorrow, so I'd really have a minimal delay. And so I had to call BC Ferries, pay $5 or whatever to change it, and I changed it to all the other ferries were like booked, so I had to change it to 9:00 at night, and then I was going to hope to get on an earlier one by showing up earlier. But then the next day comes around, and I check in with these guys, and they had the wrong pump. They had the wrong pump, so they had to order the pump because no one on Vancouver Island has the right fuel pump for my car. And so they were going to get it back to me on Monday, and I said, guys, I'm not from here. I just drove down here. Like, that sucks. And I know it wasn't their fault, but I told them kind of what was going on. And so one of the nice tech guys said, you know what? I'm coming in. I'm getting this guy home. I'm coming in on my day off tomorrow. So the part's coming in on the ferry in the morning. This would be the Saturday morning now. I'm going to come in and fucking fix this thing. And I was like, that's sick. That's awesome. And so I had to stay an extra day. The part did come in. They lent me a courtesy car for like the night there, so I just rip around flipping people off. It's not my car, not my license plate. It doesn't matter.
Parking wherever you want.
Yeah, I'm not going 40 kilometers. I'm going like 50 kilometers. And the part, everything, I was a bit worried, like, these freaking BC ferries, I don't know. But the part came in. This guy, he was on point with his estimate of like how long it was going to take, and he had it done by like noon. And at that point, I had to change my ferry reservation again. So I had changed it once. Later on Friday, I changed it again. Best guess, 3:00 on Saturday. I ended up picking up my car and ripping and getting on the 2 p.m. ferry on Saturday. Cost a pretty penny. A more expensive trip than I would have liked. And then I just freaking pedaled to the metal, got some food in Chilliwack, and ripped home, saluted the firefighters in Manning Park, and went into the smoke heap in Ticton.
Wow, what a journey.
Yeah, and then the car was perfect. You're always a bit skittish, like, oh, like it's gonna die. I was on the ferry and like, oh man, I hope it doesn't die on the ferry. I don't know what they do. They make you like push it off the ferry maybe, or you just kind of along for the ride. I don't know. But it did not die.
You just keep on going back and forth until they figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not going anywhere, guys. It's up to you. Fix this. But it was nice though. Nice clean air over there. Ocean air. That's about sums it up. Quick trip. Just a little bit more expensive than I would have liked.
Mm-hmm.
Good
old Victoria.
One other random thing. So I'm like with my grandparents, and they're just doing like grandparent old people stuff, which isn't like a lot, right? They're not like super active. And at one point they're on this game show they're not on this game show, but they're watching a game show at night called Press Your Luck. Have you ever heard of that? But you've seen like I Think You Should Leave with like Tim Robinson.
Yeah.
And you remember like Chunky, the game show that Andy Samberg's on with the red monster Chunky?
No, what's that one?
What? Okay, you obviously have not seen. I think that's like, I don't
maybe
know
I just don't know what these names are.
But the game, you can't not. It's like saying, have you heard of Spider-Man? You know, the guy with the red and blue suit. Like, there's no way to either you know it or you don't.
I don't remember these characters. It looks like I'm googling it now. It looks like Price is Right looking kind of guy. Yeah.
The name of the character is irrelevant. If you game show red monster, like,
well, yeah, I'm looking at the
away.
red monster here. To clear, I'm saying it's like a Price is Right kind of thing. Yeah,
I know.
I've seen this thing. I just don't remember Chunky. Why would I remember who Chunky is? It was like, oh, you remember who Steve is from this one bit from 4 years ago?
No, it's like,
remember fucking Steve. From
it's like saying, have you seen The Office? And then I'm like, you're like, oh, do you remember like Steve Carell's character? And I'm like, who's that? Or Jim Halpert or something like what?
This is one bit. This guy is one bit on I Think You Should Leave. And yeah, of course I don't.
I know it's just gonna be the most like distinguishable bit on the show. Is my argument.
Hard disagree.
That is
agree to disagree, shall we?
There's no other skit that would have a Chunky. It's so. Oh, well, I can't believe it. I thought for sure you knew the show. Obviously you don't. And I thought for sure you know Chunky. Anyways, this isn't going to land at all anymore because you don't even know.
Well, why would I remember what this random dude's name is? Chunky?
The name is irrelevant. It's the skit.
I don't know I don't know everything, Kurt. I'm not just some walking encyclopedia here about.
Do you know any? Can you name any skit from I Think You Should Leave? Like, can you think? Do you know what Tim Robinson looks like?
Tim Robinson is like.
No, you can't. Like, what? Okay, whatever. Let's move on. I'm gonna just.
We're playing the game of what skits we know? Sure. There's the haunted house guy.
Okay,
right?
So you have seen a skit.
He's just talking about the ghosts in there.
Okay. Like, you don't have to.
Are you talking about the guy driving? Huh? He doesn't know how to drive. Kurt.
Okay. You see.
Yeah. What's his name? Fucking jackass. Yeah.
The name. I don't think he has a name in that.
Yeah.
But I don't think he has a name in that. But yeah, the names are relevant. But anyways, there's this really recognizable skit on I Think You Should Leave. Everyone knows it that's seen the show.
Christ.
It's got Chunky the Red Monster. It's a game show. You can't miss it. Anyways, I don't know if this was based off a real life show or not, but if it was this show that was on at my grandparents, and I had no idea, but it's called Press Your Luck. And there's like a little red monster, and it's not like Chunky. It's like some other name. And anyways, it's like the whole same idea. It must be related, but I thought it was crazy. I thought it was surreal. I was like, this is a real game show. Anyways, that's really lame now because you don't even know.
Yeah, cool bit, bro.
What it is.
Anyways, let's talk about Song of the Summer, shall we?
Do you have more?
Do I have more about Chunky? I don't have any more to talk about Chunky. I just wanted an update, see where the vibes are at, and whether the forest fire situation changes the vibe for Song of the Summer 2026.
Like get really like sad or like firefighter like themed songs.
Yeah, kind of like the firefighter theme songs. Kind of like all those 911 commercials. I'm not sure if you ever watched those, but
I've seen the commercials.
Yeah. What happens in the commercials?
Ordinary.
Yeah, okay. You've seen them. Who am I kidding? Yeah.
No, I have zero update, and I wouldn't tip. I don't like tipping my hand anyway. So, no, I mean most of yours are not the greatest. The Luke was starting with the Luke Bryan one, but I don't have like an.
You just got some ants in your pants here today. Most of yours are not the greatest. You haven't seen anything from Tim Robinson. Well, let's just assume the worst in old Randy boy here, huh? Yeah, I don't know. I was reviewing your Song of the Summer noms. Nothing was itching it for me.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. Is that your update?
That's my update.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're probably set with our Dirty Dozen here, unless there's like a new song that comes out of the woodwork or a Lanternite has to submit one. But I think we're at 12, which is a solid number. Looks like we had 10 last year, but then some of those other years we got carried away with like 50. But yeah, no, I don't have any update. I think it's going to be tight. I think it's like anyone's game here. I don't think there is a front runner in my mind. I think it's wide open, and maybe this fires will spark something.
Yeah,
no pun intended in me.
Maybe summer's over.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Right. Was that what you're leading toward, or was that just?
Did I just set that whole conversation up to push one of my Song of the Summer noms? No.
Why didn't you just start with that?
I definitely didn't do that.
Okay. So is that your front runner?
I didn't say that.
Okay. So it's not your front runner.
Maybe.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Okay. So there's your Song of the Summer update. No update. I also have another update on Patio Lanterns High. There's been a hiatus, which many of listeners have called us out on. Writer's strike for the last 6 months. So there's no tentative agreement or date to which that would be amended or end. But yeah, we're hoping that sooner rather than later. These writer strikes never end well. They always just ruin shows. Like they come back and it's just this bandage show, half-ass plot. The writer, no one cares anymore. So we're hoping the opposite. We're hoping it comes out strong whenever that is.
I've started to see some other influencers pick up the slack in the market from the lack of episodes. There's one very talented young man who has a Gloria the Hippo as his cast. And yeah, there's a lot of interesting high school.
Yeah, you watch some weird reels, man.
Oh, Christ. Yeah, there's some good stuff out there. You know what? It's summertime, though. The kids are out, summer break.
I know, but it kind of got left on a weird, I don't even know if it was a cliffhanger. Kind of weird timing, but that's just the way Hollywood is, baby.
That's all. Speaking of Hollywood, shall we talk Spider-Man?
Spider-Man.
How can you not be romantic about Spider-Man?
How can you not be romantic about Spider-Man? Real quick, before we get into Brand New Day. So obviously this was going to be a Spider-Man episode, even though last episode was a Spider-Man episode, but there's nothing wrong with that. I was at my parents', like I said, on the long weekend. Spider-Man 3 was on TV. I put it on TV. They were glued. I couldn't get the remote away from them. I didn't even stay upstairs with them to watch it. I was like, I just watched this last weekend, actually. That's what I do. And I didn't see the end, but they watched the whole thing. It's a mess, like I said, but it's really captivating show. Good trilogy with Tobey Maguire.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, definitely worth a rewatch. Tobey's my Spider-Man, so I'll do it for him.
Yeah. Have you seen all the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies?
I believe I have, yes.
Weird buzzing. I don't know if that's you or me, but okay, that's good. Yeah, so Brand New Day is taking over the world. It's the biggest box office weekend in history. I saw it on opening day. It was a very special occasion. I don't do that often. I think the last movie I might have saw in theaters was Mission Impossible with Tom Cruise. But I went there, $50 movie experience. How much did yours cost?
Yeah, my ticket was $10, and then I bucked up $8 for popcorn, so $18.
Your tickets are cheap there, and
Castlegar. I drove all the way to Castlegar for this one because they have reclining seats there. And,
okay.
I really wanted that. So yeah, my experience. Yeah, $10 tickets. Beautiful. Absolutely love it. Get there early. Kind of have to stand in line to get into the theater. They're a little delayed opening it up, and yeah, there's this family there, and they're chatting with me, and then lo and behold, I'm sitting right next to them. And, it worked out kind of nice because I was just going to the theater by myself, which is a great thing to do. But just chatting with this family the whole time until the opening trailers come up. And then at the end, this grandma who's sitting next to me is like, what kind of deodorant are you wearing? Like, as soon as the movie ended, I'm like, oh, I forgot you were here. But I'm not sure if I was getting hit on or if she didn't. She liked it. She said she liked it. And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say that could go either way. Like it's too strong, or
Yeah, I was worried it was too strong.
yeah.
Some of
Were
this
you
creamy
wearing that?
natural
Were you
stuff.
wearing a tank top or like the
No
armpits
tank
exposed?
top. Just a normal, basic
Yeah, walk us
brand
through your
tee.
movie fit. What do you wear to the theater alone?
Yeah, flip flops. Flip flops are the movie
Oh,
fit. So with the
wow.
recliners, see, it's the Gen Zs aren't gonna like this, but my dogs were out. Like you kind of
Yeah,
like you got your feet
the Gen Zs would hate
kicked
that.
up. They'd hate
I'm not
that,
even sure if
but
I like
the
that.
whole row, everyone's in flip flops.
You're looking at everyone's feet.
I made a point to look down the aisle because I was almost feeling self-conscious that there'd be a whole generation that would really hate what I'm doing right now. But then, yeah, the whole row I was in, people just had their flip-flops out.
Wow. Yeah. See, I purposely didn't go flip flop. Mine weren't reclining seats; they're just like regular movie seats. But I didn't go flip flops. I just was like, well, first I was worried about them like sticking, kind of like a Home Alone situation
Yeah.
where they get stuck, and then I'm now barefoot walking around and stepping on nails or candies or whatever. But I did shoes, and I did. So I had to pay for parking. Then I had to get movie ticket. Then I had to get a large popcorn. Then I had to get a large pop. Then I had to get a large Sour Patch Kids. They had they have this like heads version. It's like the kids' heads. The kids' heads fell off. And so all in all, it was like 40 something dollars.
Jesus.
It's just, what an experience.
Yeah, I snuck in Coke Zero in my pocket.
Not big enough. I knew it was a long movie. I needed big.
Well, I wanted more, but then I was afraid that I'd have to take a bathroom break. I don't quite have the capacity as Mr. Kurt Ewell.
You got to push through the
Dallas.
pain.
Yeah,
You just have to push through the pain. So yeah, what do you think, man? What do you think?
yeah, great one to see in theaters. Spider-Man. Yeah, I really liked Jean Grey.
Spoilers, by the way.
Yeah, we'll talk some spoilers here. I think the plot, yeah, I liked the plot, liked it all. There was no I was kind of hoping for a certain editor in chief of the Daily Bugle to come out in this one, but yeah, it remains to be seen. I felt like they did Ned dirty. Like I felt like he was a bigger character in the past episodes, and yeah, Tom Holland Spider-Man very focused in on his Mary Jane, his MJ, and yeah, Ned's just kind of like hanging out, doing his thing. But it was nice to see that at the end, Ned finally got his moment with Peter, and it was a better connection than MJ. Like, so it's just all about. I was just a little sad for Nettie Boy there for a while.
Well, they both famously forgot who Spider-Man was from the end of the last movie.
Famously.
So they don't know him.
Ned didn't get. Oh yeah, I understand that because I saw the movie. But yeah, he didn't get a whole lot of screen time.
Yeah, but I think that's okay. Like I didn't want it to be. There had to be consequences from the last movie, and so it looks like they're gonna now, whenever they make then another one, like probably gonna be back to the original trio at some point. I know MJ broke Peter's heart there. Said, "I don't remember you. I don't love you." Blah blah. But it seems like they're working towards getting the trio back together. But yeah, they needed to go like the whole movie without it. They couldn't just resolve that first thing. So with so many other characters too in the movie, I'm just not sure there would have been a lot for Ned to do. At the end, do you think he remembered, or do you think he just kind of realized the Peter Spider-Man connection? Because people are kind of arguing over that online, if he actually remembers everything from previous films.
My take was that he didn't actually remember everything from previous films, but there's just kind of like this unconscious piece where he's dapping up Peter Parker. He's just trying to figure it out. Like there's a knowing there, and it doesn't necessarily mean he remembers everything.
Okay. Yeah, I might be with you. Like, but he might flip a switch next movie and remember. Yeah, I mean, Spider-Man. I was a bit worried. I'm always a bit worried ever since Spider-Man 3 when I hear about all these characters and villains that are being announced. So this film has a lot of characters in it, and I was a bit worried that it would be bloated, but I think they handled it well. I think like at this point, if you've kind of been paying attention to Marvel movies, everyone's kind of established, so you don't need to like spend a whole movie establishing Sandman and Eddie Brock's backstory, thing like that. And then it's cool. Like people pointed out, it really does feel like a comic book or a Spider-Man game where like different characters are randomly kind of in and out, and he's just like checking in with the Hulk, and he's checking in with is it Helena or whatever her name is?
The bathtub woman.
Yeah. So, and then the Punisher's in it quite a bit, obviously, as well. So, and then there's like different villains, but some of the villains only show up in a little like recap when they do like a time jump at the beginning, and that was really cool. Really beautiful movie. Really, really good to look at. Really satisfying, and people are really taking advantage of that in their reels with their different like edits and stuff on Instagram. But really, really great looking Spider-Man suit. He's got that OG red and blue suit. The action scenes, combat, everything really, really nice. Amazing to be back in the big city because they kind of deviated that the last three films, and probably for good reason because it's kind of been overdone with Toby and Andrew Garfield before for a while, but now he's back in New York City. He's lonely, he's depressed, he's broke, he's a loser, and that's what you want out of Spider-Man. You just want the worst for him because it's the best for us. He's, I say it 100% sincerity.
How can you not be romantic about Spider-Man?
How can you not be romantic about Spider-Man? There's a reason why he made $1 billion at the box office. He's such a relatable, likable character, Spider-Man and Peter Parker. Like, it's just heartbreaking because he just loses everyone that he cares about, and he carries so much responsibility on his shoulders. And his powers are awesome. His swinging around, his quickness, his strength. Maybe one thing was that they don't necessarily have like a big bad iconic villain like a Doc Ock or a Green Goblin or something, or even like the previous ones with like Mysterio and Vulture. But I don't know. Again, it worked really well with Jean in there and everything else going on. The more I think about it, yeah, I'm just smiling. Like it was such a nice, such a fun day, such a fun movie. So I'm excited to watch again at some point. It was just a really nice movie.
Yeah. So let's talk about this the surveillance state propaganda in Spider-Man. And I don't think you watched the whole reel that I sent you because it was too long. Yeah. Essentially, they went into the fact that in Batman Begins, maybe it was Dark Knight Rises, Batman Dark Knight Rises, there was this similar surveillance state technology where they could tap into any cell phone, camera, whatever, to find anyone in the world, right? And Lucius said, "This is too powerful. This is too powerful. I will not stand by you, Batman, because this is unethical to have." And in the end, Batman shuts it down. He shuts down the tech, never to be seen again. All of a sudden, it's pretty much the exact same plot here in Spider-Man, and lo and behold, it's never an ethical question about whether it's okay for the cops to have this surveillance state, that they can find anyone in the world at any time and surveil people. And it's okay because Spider-Man can use it for good, right? But it's never questioned in the movie. It's never questioned.
I don't actually know what this is. I don't remember him having a tracking device.
He's talking to the chief of police, and he has like these trackers. He has all those monitors set up in his bachelor pad. And yeah, that's a way to that's how they found Jean Grey, essentially, because they were analyzing all these photos and everything to track her down, essentially.
Okay.
So that was the key part of the plot, was that how do we find this woman? because they figured out that's how they knew they have to be within 38 meters, or I forget the exact number for her to jump. It was from all this surveillance footage where Peter Parker had access to it, and they could see the jump radius that his little AI buddy was doing. But yeah, it was never questioned. Never questioned.
But we're already at the point of photo references, looking up cameras and stuff, are we not? Like,
we are, but that's the problem, is that we just we've accepted that as a society, and that in the movies in 2026, for example, it's just like, oh yeah, that's a thing, and we're not gonna question it. It's for the greater good, Kurt, that we can do all this surveillance, right? It's the subtle.
No, I wouldn't say that, but
it's the subtle messaging going on that it's never a whole plot line. That was the massive plot line for Batman and Dark Knight Rises. Flashback 20 years ago.
I guess I think we're just so far beyond that, especially the technology-wise in the Marvel universe. Like there's so much more. Like the AI that Peter has, I think, is so much more advanced too. Like the second one, Tony Stark had given him these like AI glasses that controlled like satellites or drones, like a completely irresponsible decision to give to a teenager with like extreme power, and the Mysterio ends up using them, blah blah. But I guess I think we're just so far beyond that technology. Like the Dark Knight's like grounded in reality, or tries to be, but now at this point, especially maybe in like Iron Man 1, the first one that kicked off the whole universe, but now we're in time. We did time travel. I don't even know if time travel is ethical, to be honest. Like going back and like, dude, you can't just remove that chunky bit. Like,
right. But I guess it's the difference between the fantastical and science fiction and just like fiction versus stuff that's happening in the real world. So like in America right now, they're putting up cameras everywhere to build this kind of infrastructure. And this is a way, I think, of, hey, just connecting the dots here. They're kind of normalizing it on this in brand new day. That's all I'm saying. They're normalizing.
I guess I don't know what you would want them to do here. Like
maybe question,
I don't want another plot thread on that. Like we are there. It is kind of normal, whether it's right or wrong. I don't need another 30 minutes out of the movie to be. I don't know. I don't know what
it's a comment. It's a comment on how we've changed over the last 20-ish years.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's a big deal. Not in this movie, at least. Like, it's kind of like ignoring. Like, I don't know. You can't just ignore things sometimes. It exists. It's like ignoring guns, or I don't know. I don't think it's the time or the place. Like Spider-Man Brand New Day. Like let's get back to web slinging here.
All right.
Yeah.
Says Kurt.
Yeah.
Get to slinging.
Yeah, I don't know. I was like,
the propaganda. It's all right. That's all right.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know what you're sending me. It was too long, and now I'm still kind of confused. But I don't know. Maybe there's a lot of people also thinking that as well.
Kurt can't handle anything over maybe a 15-second reel. I think it's too long for Curdy boy.
Yeah, it's true. Like, and we put out some like long reels, and so I wouldn't expect everyone to like sit through a lot of the shit we post on our Instagram. But yeah, those things that are like longer than 30 seconds, if it's not like immediately hooking me, like if it's just someone talking, it's like, no, this doesn't look worth it. Like I got brain rot to scroll or something like.
And speaking of brain rot, my reels, I've been trying really hard to provide for you as a friend on reels. Yeah, and it's been sad. It's been a sad return on my time. I like maybe after a good 15-minute reel sesh, maybe there's one worthy of your attention. Maybe.
Yeah. You need to, maybe it's not the effort, maybe it's like the where you're focusing. Like you really need to zone in on the brain rot.
Yeah, the Instagram's trying to crack the code that is my brain, and yeah, they're trying to grab me or something about environmentalism or the surveillance state in Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Yeah,
and I'm like and then all of a sudden there's no brain rot to send you.
Mine changed so fast after I watched Brand New Day. All of a sudden, I'm getting Spider-Man reels, and then I'm clicking on all of them, and I'm absolutely loving them. People are making the most awesome edits with all the Spider-Man, not just Tom Holland, but I've just been so happy scrolling through different Spider-Man reels. It's been awesome. It's been awesome. Awesome experience.
Brand New Day. How will you find yourself a brand new girlfriend?
All right. All right, Randy. What else you got for me?
Yeah, this is just a personal life update. Started this program. That's probably the most Kootenai thing I've ever done. But a forest therapy guiding. So doing this 6-month program. They get people had to learn to take people out into the woods and do forest therapy, which is kind of fun.
We had a little forest therapy in July.
Yeah, a little forest therapy. Yeah, a little forest bathing for sure.
Wow, that's
so I'm excited.
6 months.
6 months. I just started like 2 weeks ago, so still trying to figure out what does this all mean? What does this all mean for the podcast and me and for Kurt, right? And I don't know yet. So stay tuned. I just thought it was a fun update.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on like the stool samples. I'm glad you had something there on this one, but yeah, sometimes I'd like to close some of those other threads too. But the forest therapy, so you're out with like a guide and or something, and they're walking you through it, or what?
Yeah, so far the training is like I'd be the guide. So the thing I like about it is that I wouldn't be the one therapizing people, which isn't really a role I ever saw for myself. So yeah, it's about getting people out there into nature, and it's kind of like this forest bathing element plus a relational component. Like how do you relate to the forest? And yeah, I think that part's pretty powerful, and just a different way of looking at nature. Instead of, I can fall into this box for myself, like viewing it as an avenue for adventure and recreation, and instead kind of, it is those things, but also shift into, what's my relationship to the forest like in the non-human world. So 2 thumbs up. I'm excited about it.
Okay, very interesting. And then are you going to take out a school bus of people or children?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, let's get out there, kids.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so the end product I think would be, you get small groups of people, maybe as like a tourism piece or as a retreat of sorts, and get them out into the woods and do it's about like a 2 to 3 hour program that I'm learning to implement.
Is it strict?
Very strict.
Don't deviate?
Don't ever deviate from the program, Kurt. Don't upset the status quo. No, there's a lot of room for kind of, to do your own thing, if depending on what the conditions are and what you think the groups like and what they're looking for. So yeah, there's not a lot there.
I'm still into those outdoor raves, those daytime outdoor raves in the woods. So
yeah, how many have you been to now?
A couple. I'm still learning too.
You're still learning about the raves thing.
Approach it and be respectful and things like that. Yeah, consent and stuff.
Huge rave guy.
Yeah.
Notoriously. Okay. Yeah, so that's the update for me. The accounting life is what it is, and it's kind of good timing. I signed up for this program maybe 6 months ago, and yeah, it's kind of nice to focus on it during the smoky weather. Although,
but don't you have to be outside?
Yeah, that I do. I do have to be outside, and it's something that could be challenging for me for sure when it's kind of depressing outside.
Okay, so you signed up 6 months ago, but you haven't been doing it for 6 months, have you?
No, just started like 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's all I have. Any other thoughts on Forest, Chunky, Spider-Man, fires?
I one last thought about all the smoke. It's forced me to bring on Winter Ryan, and Winter Ryan does a lot of cooking and gaming. So started up Resident Evil 8.
He's back.
Awesome. And It's so far not. I don't want to give away any plot because I know you haven't caught up yet, but it stars Ethan Winters from the 7th one, and yeah, it's not quite as scary yet. Completely different setting. Instead of being in like the deep south in Resident Evil 7, in the 8th one, yeah, you're kind of in this like Romanian-ish village in wintertime, and
Right.
yeah, it's spooky, but not quite as terrifying as 7 so far.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I think that's what I remember hearing too. So I'm I'm interested to hear more if you truly are back into it.
No big
I
side characters yet. Like there hasn't been a big
cameo.
Chris
Like,
Redfield, what are
oh
you
yeah,
doing here? Like that hasn't happened yet.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
so far it just seems extremely unrelated. Like Ethan Winters kind of just wakes up and he's in this in this area and he's looking for his daughter.
Yeah.
And there's just no kind of backstory about
There's
why
like,
he's
isn't
there.
there like magic or I don't know. There's some weird stuff I think in that one.
Yeah.
Like weird relative to the Resident Evil weird, but I don't know. Yeah, I'll get there at some point.
Where are you at in your RE journey?
I don't know how many hours I'm at now. I think I had a pretty important boss fight. This was I guess a couple weeks ago. It's really hard to say like how close I am. I should have looked, but I must be like 10 hours, 12 hours in, which is longer than RE2 or RE3 already. But I really have no idea if it's a few hours more or if I'm halfway. I think I'm on like chapter, I want to say like 12 or something. But that doesn't mean anything because I don't know how many chapters there are. But yeah, I said it before, I think on the pod, maybe it was in Valhalla, but I still think I prefer RE2. It's like that was kind of the prototypical RE that I wanted, spooky, wandering through the police station, whereas this is it's more standard action. It seems to be a fan favorite for a lot of people, but it's a little bit more standard action shooter game. And it's good. I'm liking it, but I don't know if I like it as much as RE2. But Leon is badass, and he's got a lot of good one-liners as he beats the baddies.
Leon.
And he's jacked. He's fucking jacked in this one. He was just a little kid, the 20-year-old rookie cop. Now he just beefed up after the Raccoon City accident.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, I love to see Leon and Ethan Winters team up. Yeah. Ethan keeps on losing digits left, right, and center. Just getting fingers cut off.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah, Leon has been good. I think there was something that happened to him, but he hasn't lost any fingers or limbs yet. He's pretty good at keeping clean. He loses his jacket. He loses his jacket really quickly.
Yeah.
That's the downside. Yeah. Okay.
Keep calm and RE on.
How can you not be romantic about Spider-Man? About Spider-Man. Spider-Man.